Manx Museum is 100 years old this year. It is home to an extraordinary collection of artefacts and archives that help tell the story of the Isle of Man and its people. To celebrate our centenary, we have curated a special exhibition and podcast, Museum 100, which will feature a kaleidoscope of treasures from our collections.
Hello, I'm Katie Clugstone, and I am a Digital Collections Assistant with Manx National Heritage, and today I'm going to talk about the collection of objects from the wreck of the HMS Racehorse, which are available to view online on our iMuseum. The 14th of December 2022 marked the 200th anniversary of the sinking of the British naval ship HMS Racehorse. The vessel sank off of Langness in the Isle of Man 200 years ago with the loss of 9 lives, 3 of who were local to the island and lived in Castletown. The tragic events surrounding the loss of HMS Racehorse are thought to have been a catalyst for Manx resident Sir William Hillary to galvanise his efforts to persuade the UK government to start a national maritime life-saving organisation. His petitions were successful, and in March 1824, what was later to become the RNLI was formed in London. In one of our earlier podcasts, Alison Fox, Curator of Archaeology at Manx National Heritage, told us about a bronze belt plate found amongst the wreckage of the ship, which you can see in the Museum 100 exhibition at the Manx Museum. After the wreck site was relocated in the 1960s, a number of artefacts were brought to the surface and kindly donated to the Manx National Collections by the Isle of Man Sub-Aqua Club. Copper sheathing from the bottom of the ship has been preserved, along with nails, bearings, parts of guns and ammunition, objects naturally associated with a Royal Navy ship. But the ship was also home to her crew whilst at sea, and there are personal possessions in our collection such as buttons, shoes, combs and cutlery, objects that give us a small glimpse into what daily life in the Navy would have been like in the 1800s. Some of the buttons that were salvaged have a similar design to the bronze belt plate mentioned earlier. They are possibly from post-1812 commander or lieutenant uniforms. Rather curiously, 2 almost complete ivory tusks were found amongst the sailors' possessions. Perhaps these were a souvenir from a crew member's previous voyage. We'll probably never know. There are also many metal objects salvaged which contain the broad arrow symbol. This symbol was used to mark British military property. Some of the objects in our collection which contain the broad arrow mark are keys, rivets, nails and washers. You can view all of these objects by visiting imuseum.im and searching for #HMS Racehorse.